Hi, I'm Naiyya Saggi. I'm the group co-founder of the Good Glamm Group. You know, my journey with being an entrepreneur actually started more than 9 years back with a company called Baby Chakra, which we built out to become India's largest platform for maternity and childcare. In 2021, I had the privilege of actually merging Baby Chakra with My Glamm, and at that point in time, Darpan, Priyanka and I formed the Good Glamm Group, which began and marked the beginning of my Entrepreneur 2.0 innings. Good Glamm Group has since become India's first direct-to-commerce FMCG unicorn. We have the world's fastest growing mom and baby care brands in the Moms Co and Baby Chakra part of our portfolio again. We have India's very celebrated and much certified organic skincare brand, Organic Harvest. And of course, we have the much loved Saint Botanica and Sirona Hygiene, leading hair care, skincare and intimate care brands in India. I was a former consultant at McKinsey, where I worked extensively in the healthcare space, specifically maternal and child healthcare. I went on to Harvard Business School to do my MBA, but right after Harvard, I realized I had to come back to India to build something that was really meaningful, digital first and transformative for India. And that's how the journey of Baby Chakra really began. We took our learnings from public health and all the learnings we had around how communities of care really influence healthcare outcomes for mums and children at scale, and said, isko digital kaise banaye, right? So we built a platform that's a consumer tech platform, and that at scale had more than 20 million mothers and 10,000 doctors interacting on very critical care choices of pregnancy, child health, nutrition, pregnancy outcomes, right? True communities that were virtually formed. So that was actually a really inspiring journey for me, because very early on I think people thought we were a little bit mad at that point in time, because 2015 we were sitting and saying, okay, can we make cohorts which kind of predict whether this mother is coming from a tier 1, tier 2 or a tier 3 city, whether this mother is a mother of two children or the first time mother, if she's a working mother or a stay at home mother, and then basically just like using machine learning to create experiences which would create a lot of serendipity around her journey of being a parent and help her make the best choices possible. So I think we were doing a lot of crazy stuff using technology very early on. That journey actually a very beautiful transition. We said, now we've created this beautiful platform for parents, which is a consumer tech platform, a digital first platform. But then we said, can we also create products that really close the circle of care? So we co-created at scale products, Baby Chakra products, baby products with our community of mothers and with our community of doctors. And we launched India's first artificial fragrance phenoxyethanol free range for babies, which is certified baby safe. The journey after that was different, but also very interesting, because we suddenly went from a 100-member team to now, being a group co-founder of a 3,000-member team with the Good Glamm Group, right? And the journey of the Good Glamm Group was also very, very different, very hatke, I'd say, because we suddenly went, of course, from being 3 founders who'd come together on a common mission to say, how do you use digital first platforms to create, commerce, to saying, now can we become larger than the sum of who we are by a lot of inorganic acquisitions. So over 18 to 24 months, we acquired more than 12 companies, right, across brands, content, communities and creators. And today, I'm very excited to share that we have one of the largest media assets in India. We have more than 250 million monthly active users on our media assets, right, which is one of the largest media plays there is. Large base of creators with 1.5 million creators that we manage, large access to communities of women, more than 20 million women as part of our communities, and of course market leading 6 brands in our portfolio. India is actually a very brand deficit country still, right? If you really look at it, abhi jo aspirations itne बढ़ गए हैं for our, especially our digital first users, उनको सर्विस करने के लिए I would still say अभी भी meaningful at scale brands बहुत कम हैं. But that said, it is also a very, very competitive market. हर दिन लगता है कि एक नई ब्रांड लॉन्च हो रही है, like लगता है कि जो हमारे कंज्यूमर्स आज के कंज्यूमर्स हैं, they're not as brand loyal as maybe our parents' generation were. So I think the 3 things I'd advise to anybody who's looking to start off a venture in this very, very competitive but extremely exciting PPC environment. One is that your products have to do and have to walk the talk, right? Because आपने एक बार product बेच दिया, आपकी कैक जो होती है that only gets justified in these days of crazy Facebook and Google, and in general, like the cost of customer acquisition is so high. If you're able to justify the repeat rates on your product, right? Or let's say someone who's coming back and buying from your other portfolio of products because उनको इतना अच्छा अनुभव रहा है आपके उस product से, they want to come back and experience the other product. So your product has to walk the talk. It has to be something that leads to a lot of repeat, retention, replenishment. The second piece to it is that there is a very, very strong narrative of responsible care that products have to walk the talk on today as well, right? Gone are the days कि आप बस सोच सकते हो कि मैंने कुछ भी use किया, it's use and throw, disposable, planet, people, etc. does not matter. Today's consumer is looking for a very, very strong brand narrative on how you are taking care of not just his or her needs and not just his or her efficacy in servicing that needs, but also how you're taking care of communities, of the planet, of having a purpose as a brand, right? So sustainability, plastic positivity, how are you giving back to society in the process? How do you treat your, source, origin manufacturers, right? All of that becomes a very strong part of your overall brand play. At the Good Glamm Group, we have a very unique way to product development. I mean, of course, we have our regular, trends and inciting teams, etc. We talk to our marketplace partners. In fact, Amazon's a big partner with the Good Glamm Group as well. But I think more importantly, we actually co-create at scale with our communities of customers and consumers products, right? So every month, we are getting feedback in from more than 750,000 customers of ours on the new products, new shades, new textures, new efficacy in products they want to see play out and what they want us to launch. And वो जो feedback हमको मिलता है, it's real time feedback, right? It's really live feedback. लोग हमको अभी बोल रहे हैं, conversations हो रही हैं on our platforms through surveys or through our communities, and we are taking that feedback back and we are launching in record time products and shades and colors and experiences and even ingredients and new formulations, right, or formats that meet even these latent needs that people are telling us that they have in record time. So as a result, दो चीजें होती हैं. Number one, we're able to launch much faster than anybody else in the market, right? What the needs of the customer are. Number two, our success rates on launches are absolutely record high because when you're launching something, the customers already told us उनको चाहिए ये, right? So we're actually launching to meet the needs of the customers. So that's a big innovation at the Good Glamm Group that we do. I think the thing I really want to be grateful for, by the way, is our partnership with our very, very agile contract manufacturers, right? So we work with a set of very deep partners in this space who are located across India, and उनके साथ जो हमको agility दिखती है, मिलती है, right? I think it's right from the whole stage of formulation mapping to क्या अभी चल रहा है market में internationally या in very interesting geographic areas of interest that we can bring in as innovations to India. We talk a lot about even like the fragrance, the sensory notes, the textures, a lot of stuff around like mixing skincare with makeup benefits, for instance, right? Even sustainable packaging. So I think in these conversations and in these partnerships, we find really strong allies. And for that, I really want to thank our contract manufacturers because they are the ones who are the backbone of what makes us scale to the rate that we have today. So, when people ask me about motherhood and entrepreneurship, right? It's first of all not mutually exclusive at all, right? I've been a mother the first time around when I was fundraising for Baby Chakra, which was my first company. I'm expecting now. I'm 5 months pregnant, and I want to give you a very quick example of why I think it's important to talk about this in public forums, right? Because you can't be what you can't see, very simply put, right? So I'm hoping that by talking more and more about the fact that I am pregnant today and I'm still running the business that I'm running, people and maybe other women, young women, get inspired that motherhood is not a stop, it's actually maybe a beginning to bigger, better, brighter things. One thing I'm very proud of that we've done at the group is launch this program, the Mompreneur Show, which is probably the world's largest platform to support mom micro entrepreneurs. Because क्या होता है इंडिया में, a lot of mothers actually step out of the workforce after pregnancy, unfortunately, and उनको फिर जब जो second innings होती हैं, they take up entrepreneurship, but उनको scale करना नहीं आता. So what we've done at the Mompreneur Show is, we had more than 1 lakh registrations this year. We've created an amazing advisory board and partners along with Startup India, along with WhatsApp, along with Ficky, Aspire for Her, Stride, a bunch of other venture funds as well. And we are actually funding the winners of the Momsco Mompreneur show, giving them seed capital and also giving them a lot of media access through, of course, our media assets at Good Glamm, but also with our partners with Hindustan Times. So very proud of that initiative, and I think hopefully it will be a small dent in making mums realize the inherent potential and the power that they have within to make change. There's obviously a lot of belief in the India story, but I'm super excited to also share there's a lot of belief in the Good Glamm story. We are privileged to be backed by marquee investors such as Prosus, Warburg Pincus, Amazon, Bessemer, L'Occitane, Wipro Consumer, Stride, and many others who've really sort of taken the bet on us and are betting on us to be the beauty personal care house of brands to come out from India and dominate globally. So in entrepreneurship, as we all know, and as Akanksha very beautifully put it as well, there's no off button, right? You're always on. But one thing I tell all my friends, and I've learned along the way as well, is that there is no work life. You have to work life balance ki baat karte hai. There's no work life. There's only life. So how you deal with your emotions, with your energy levels, with your happiness levels at work, impact who you are as a person as well, right? So I think the more as entrepreneurs we're able to kind of pull the two together and be real, right? Be real people at work, be real people back home, and talk about our life building families as well as our businesses, right? When the integration happens, सब कुछ बहुत ही beautiful comes out of it, right? That you find comfort and sukoon with the decisions you've taken, with the time you're spending. I think there's two things I want to leave people with, right? One is this overnight success ki jo journey hai, right? It's taken us 9-10 years in the making. So there's nothing like overnight success. I think as entrepreneurs, we have to keep at it. And how paths, market trends, luck favors you, right? And it always favors hard work. I think you have to keep at it and keep on working hard. I think the second thing is, just as a woman who's an entrepreneur as well, one thing I've really learned to embrace is the fact that I am a woman and I'm building a meaningful, large-scale business today. Because very early on, we think ki, her entrepreneur ki journey same hoti hai, but honestly, it is different for women, right? We go through different stages in our lives, and I think the faster and the more rapidly we embrace that and welcome that, I think we're the most authentic version of ourselves. It's a real privilege to be on the advisory board of the CMPL, Asia's largest ecosystem for contract manufacturing and private labels.